So I'm named on Rocky Bandit. He'd win 3 races at Los Alamitos during the winter time. So it's about 15 minutes to check-in time. Taylor Powell, he lives 6 miles from the racetrack and everything, and we're getting ready to weigh, and the locker room there in Boise had little cubicles and stuff. You were pretty quiet in there with whatever you needed. So Scott walks over to me and he says, hey, he said, this horse, he said, he needs a little help. I said, a little help in which way? And he said, well, going 350 yards, he said, he'll try and make that gap unless you hang it in him. And I said, what? He said, you got to plug him in. So he gives me a t-shirt with a pocket in it and stuff, and he said, look, you're going to stick this thing down your underwear, and he said, when you get behind the gate, you pull it out, and he said, got a rubber band on, you just stick it on there, and he said, when you hit the finish line, you reach over and pull that thing off and shove her down. Taylor Powell comes walking around the corner, and it's like the second race I've ridden, and he goes, oh, Jesus, he says, I don't even want to see it. So, anyway, he said, trust me. He said, if you don't, he'll make the gap.
Famous last word, right?
Yeah. So, long story short, I win the race, and hit the finish line, and I reach over the course, and I shot the shit out of it. And I dropped it.
Oh, yeah.
So I come back to the jocks room, and Big Brother, he says, man, good job. He says, where's my equipment? I said, it's out there on the racetrack.
He reaches down, takes out one about as big as a matchbook, you know, and he just reaches up and lifts up the blinkers and slides it up underneath the horse's blinkers. Just slipped it up in there.
Yeah.
They get him down, they shake him all the way down. He's clean, of course. Then they say, all right, back up. Everybody legs up. He just reached up under the blinkers, took it, and he said, load me up. He says, here we go. I thought that was the cleverest damn thing ever.
That is fun. That's a great, it's like you rehearsed it.
Yeah.
That's great.
I'm holding the horse, and they're searching him down. He had that thing right underneath the blinkers between his ears.
That is funny.
Wow.
That silly ass Roman Chopper put it in his mouth
Oh.
a lot of
in
used to
New
do that.
Mexico.
Oh my God.
They came in to shake him down. He stuck it in his mouth.
Did he? Did he?
Then
No,
he spit it out in his wash bucket. Is what the.
Well, people give me shit. I've been accused of a lot of things and stuff. But Scott, my brother, I told the story the other night. He was the first one to work winning colors for Wayne down at the farm in San Diego. And anyhow, Scott educated me in everything. But when he was 14 years old, Scott's an electrician, he's a builder, he's everything. Well, he was fixing all these guys' machines. Well, I was a guinea pig. I'd be sitting watching TV, and he'd come up behind me and hang it in me. Mom came home from work one day, and I was on the kitchen table screaming bloody murder. It works. He's covered.
Oh my God.
And I mean, I just.
Wow. Oh my God.
Well, we used to go behind the gate at Rio Dosa, and it was just like it was a full-blown orchestra. Everybody had one.
When Kip got nailed, you know, we hadn't seen each other. I was leading rider in the
Is
country.
Kip still alive?
Huh?
Where's Kip at? Is
He's
he?
in Boise. He owns half of Boise. He's got a bunch of mailboxes, etc., and
Oh, he does?
car washes. He bought a ton of real estate. When I was making all the money here, he was doing good at Los Alamos. He was doing what I should have did. He bought half of Boise and developed it. His old man is racing secretary again in Boise, D. Wayne. And my oldest brother works for him. He's the assistant racing secretary and stuff. But when I finally saw Kip, I said, what in the hell were you doing? And they nailed you with two of them. He says, if you're gonna have one, you may as well have two.
I tell you,
Wake up cold in the
you
morning.
got the mucking now? Boss, I got the mucking now.